Hello, everyone. My name is Lavinia, and I'm part of the Docsity team. It's very nice to be with you all tonight. I will be your host, and it is my pleasure to introduce from Ducere Global Business School, Chris Offley, Senior Enrollment Advisor, Sarah Wood, Student Engagement Officer, and Mary Tabata, Academic Faculty. In today's webinar, Ducere staff will speak to us about how to unlock your potential with an online MBA. To all attending students, I remind you all that following to the presentation, there will be a Q&A session. So if you have any questions, don't be shy, just drop it in the Q&A box, and all the panelists will make sure to go over them at the end of this webinar. So without further ado, I will leave the floor to Ducere Global Business School.
Thank you very much. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us this evening. Let me just get my screen up for the presentation. Bear with me for just a moment. Okay, and hopefully this is presenting okay for everybody.
Yes,
so yes,
everything just fine.
Excellent, thank you very much. So we're Ducere Business School. Today we're going to be looking at our range of both bachelor's and MBA courses that we run here with our UK university partners. So I'm a senior enrollment advisor for Ducere. We're also joined by our student engagement officer, Tara, and also Mary, who's a member of our academic faculty. So today we're going to be looking at, firstly, who we are as a business school, why you should be looking at higher educational courses, an overview of our university partners here in the UK and the courses that they offer. Tara's then going to run through the student support side and our learning platform. And then Mary's going to give a perspective from the academic faculty. And as we've sort of just previously stated, we're going to have some time for some questions at the end of this webinar as well. So who are we? Who are Ducere? We are a global business school and a recognized leader in university enterprise collaborations, delivering degrees with real career impact for our students. Ducere partners with major universities across 4 continents to deliver quality education at an affordable price, offering accredited courses for modern business students. Oh, apologies there. So why should you be looking at higher education? Well, firstly, networking is a really brilliant tool for you within your career. All of our courses, we encourage networking between our students, which you may not sort of think that you would have from an online course. Across all of our programs, we try and deliver all of the great elements that you would get from a campus-based qualification, but on an online channel. So we have WhatsApp groups for our students, we have Zoom social meetings, and it's a key aspect for all of our students to develop their future career prospects. Of course, there's personal and professional development with any higher educational course as well. But most importantly, for those that attend higher education qualifications, they can expect higher salaries and improved career prospects. In fact, 44% of our students actually see a pay rise or a promotion before they've even graduated from our programs. So a little look at our university partners here in the UK. We've got the University of East London and the University of Wales. A little bit of background on both for you. The University of East London is actually London's highest ranking new university within the capital. So that's a great achievement out of what is over 20 institutions within the City of London. And according to the Times Higher Educational Supplement, it's the most improved university of the last 10 years within the UK. The University of Wales is a well-established institution, over 200 years old this year. It's in fact the oldest royal charter after Oxford and Cambridge universities. And in 2011, the Prince of Wales became its royal patron. The courses that we offer across our programs range, as I stated, from bachelor degree levels through to master's level qualifications as well. Ducere Business School design and deliver our courses that are then accredited by our university partners. What that means for you is that you have a fantastic online learning platform for your studies, and then accredited qualifications from British universities. So they are globally respected qualifications. On your certification that you receive, it doesn't mention that you've studied an online course, and it's almost identical to if you had studied on campus at the university. And when you do finish your course, you'll be invited to graduate on campus at the university partner. Sorry, I just want to go back across that. Of course, there we go on there. So just looking at a number of the courses that we actually offer across the university partnerships. From University of East London, we have an executive MBA program, which is a fantastic opportunity for those that have over 10 years of management experience. We also have a luxury brand management MBA, for those who are looking at luxury, the luxury sector within hospitality, or it could be within fashion. It could also be within craft beer or gin. We have students coming in across those programs from all of those sectors that are within the luxury sector itself. We also, through the University of Wales, then have our Online MBA, which is a 2-year course starting up in February. We then have a data and cyber MBA starting. We've also then got a range of bachelor degree level courses in business innovation, digital marketing, entrepreneurship, management, and business marketing. Also, starting this summer, we've launched our accelerated bachelor's program, which is a fast track route to you gaining a bachelor's level qualification in not 3 years, which it would typically take you within the UK, but 1.5. It's a great quick way to fast track your career, to get to a bachelor level qualification, and a very affordable price in comparison to UK university costs. So a couple of our unique selling points as a business school. All of our courses are 100% online. There are absolutely no exams as part of any of our programs. You'll be assessed through written assignments for each module that you study across your program. And each course has been built around the principles of applied learning. So there aren't theoretical projects as part of these courses. You'll be looking directly at the industry that you're working in so that you can have real industry impact for your career. And also, it's so much easier for you to learn around the areas in which you work in and are knowledgeable, and you can really prove to your future employers that you've got fantastic knowledge on your industry. So now we're just looking at a couple of our Ducere business partners across the globe. These are organizations through which we have worked with on projects as part of our programs, or indeed those of which are our alumni are part of. So as you can see, we've got some fantastic global brands who we are working with, on who we're proud to say we have students who now work for these organizations. I'm now going to pass you over to my colleague Tara, who can run through what she does as the Student Engagement Officer and highlight our online learning platform on Canvas. Thanks, Tara.
Thanks, Chris. So I am Tara Wood. I am one of the senior coaches here in the UK. I oversee all of our UK programs that Chris has just run through. So all of the MBA programs and BA programs. Just going to share my screen quickly with you. And I can run through what a coach does. Everybody see my screen okay?
Yes, we see everything just fine.
Thank you. So basically, we are here to support you all the way through to graduation. The 4 phases of what we do to help you is from application. So we make sure that that is all smooth for everybody. So once you've spoken to our enrollment officers like Chris, they'll pass on to your graduation coach. We introduce you, we have one-to-one meetings with you, and we make it very personal. We like to get to know our students so we can get to know what makes you nervous, what you're excited about, what the end goal is. So if you at any point are a little bit unsure as to why you are doing the course, then we are there to remind you and to get you through all the way. As student support, we help you with tips all the way through from the start. We give you motivational TED Talks. We will help get you through your course by introducing the faculty. And unlike other online courses, most of the faculty isn't there. They are there to support you, and we make sure that they are there all the way through. If you need any support with any assignments in terms of deadlines, or if you need extensions, we're also there to support you for those. And the most important part is to get you through to graduation. And we definitely like to celebrate as coaches. So all the way through, we will support you as coaches. I'm going to go through and show you what it looks like and what the platform, how easy it is to use. So bear with me while I share my screen again. So this is Canvas. Yours won't look quite as scary as mine because you'll only have 2 modules on your dashboard if you do join us as a student. But you will be given cards on your main board and you can click on your assignments and modules. So for instance, for one of our online MBA programs, this is a module that is currently running. So once you click on it, you will see this. A welcome and overview, key information, and your read-ins. Key information will just give you a good glance at who is your academic, what they do, how to support you, their background, and it will also give you the date of your assignment. The handbook to the university will always be there for you to refer back to also. And although you will get to know your academics, it's always nice to know their backgrounds a little bit. From there, you can go to announcements. You will have announcements from your coaches on a weekly updates that will give you hints and tips on how to manage your time, how to work through Canvas more efficiently, and how to set up meetings with your academics. We also have discussion forums. So if you would like to start up discussions or share TED Talks with your fellow students, you can also do that here. Your chapters is where your learning information is. Most of our online MBA and BA will have between 9 and 10 chapters per module. You will work through these for 7 weeks. This is what it looks like. So everything is broken up with our global leaders, with introductions, with videos. I'm just moving that across there so you can see. For any students that would like to use, we've also got immersive reader. So it make it nice and easy for you guys to just listen as well as just reading through. So as you can see, it's really easy and simple to use as you go through the chapters. For example, we've got all of our assignments here on this tab, and you can click on it and download it easily. For any students that don't wish to do all of their course online, you can also download the information. This does come particularly in good use if anybody is going on trips away and they can't get access to the internet. Our academics will also hold live webinars with yourselves, and I know Mary will go through that with you in a little bit more detail. We've also got a calendar here that you can share with your own calendar to link anything. You can use your inbox here, very much like an Outlook. Again, you can link it to your Outlooks or Google. All the students have an account so that you can actually utilize that with LinkedIn profiles, and you can do sharing information like contact details. As Chris has already touched on, as a coach, we will also set up WhatsApp groups for you so you can get to know one another in a little bit more detail. Most of our students will also do their own study plans and study group sessions. so that they can help each other get through the course themselves. That's it from me, guys, and I'll answer any questions right at the end.
Thank you, Tara. And now, Mary, if we can hand over to you to give a perspective from the academic faculty.
Well, thanks, Chris and Tara, and welcome again to the webinar. My name is Mary Tabata, and I am one of the teaching academics for Ducere. I am based in Los Angeles, California, so I am one of several US-based academics, but we teach into Australia and into the UK. So as Tara said, in some online courses, and I'm really familiar with online education, have been doing this type of enterprise for a while. And actually one of my master's degrees was completed totally online here in the US. And often you don't have the opportunity to actually interact with your academic when you're in an online course. Ducere is really different because we offer a lot of touch points for you as a student. As Tara said, in the UK, we do tutorial hours once a week. So it's very similar to having that campus experience, as Chris has said. You actually can come into the space and we present some content, and we're also just there to answer questions and have live real-time discussion with your chapter material. With talking about your assignments, we have webinars that go into some depth for the assignments, walking through the assignment brief, talking with you about how to really maximize your marks on that, what we are looking for. And as well, if you're not able to make the tutorial time or to join the live webinar, those are recorded, but we are also all willing to take a one-on-one meeting with you according to your calendar. So you should never hesitate to reach out to your academic. A great way is through the Canvas messaging that Tara just showed you that runs like an Outlook inbox. You could always send a quick message, request a meeting. Before I came to this meeting, I had a meeting with one of my MBA students who had a question about his upcoming assignment. We walked through his outline. He showed it to me on his camera and talked about what to expand and where to go with the material in the chapters. Your academics, so as Chris was saying, the assignments, are not tests. They aren't exams. You may wonder how you get feedback on these written assignments. They are really graded very closely, very carefully. We have a grading rubric available to you when you start the assignment, but as well, what you'll find is that when you get an assignment back, there are comments from your academic. All of the academics have significant industry experience. Most of us not only coming through with a doctorate straight through without ever having worked. All of us have worked significantly in private sector, not-for-profit, corporate settings. And so what you're getting with us is that you're getting people who have been where many of you are, that we are, have worked and done education. We have pursued higher degrees, other qualifications and certifications. So we have a lot of empathy for your balancing, trying to create that work-life balance, so to speak, but still while trying to attain more knowledge that will help you in your career. It will send you maybe on a different path. I know I've had students who have come through my leadership classes and who have gone on a different trajectory than where they came in, because they became really curious about some other sector, some other industry while they were studying, while talking to their classmates in the discussion board and when we had webinars, and have successfully made a pivot and taken their skills and rebranded themselves and gone into a different direction, and now are very happy pursuing some other industry that they had never even thought of before they came and engaged with the class. So as an academic, I am always curious about what you want to know and what you want to get out of each subject that you engage with, whether that is in the bachelor's path or in an MBA pathway. I think you'll find that the academics are really interested to know what you're curious about and where it is that you'd like to go and what you'd like to learn. As well as Chris said, we have networking events on Zoom, so it would be in a meeting format like this, but you would be able to see each other and to chat and to learn from each other, to learn about people's different locations, different industries, and actually resource each other across. You would all be in the same program. You may actually be at different universities in the UK. We've done this already in Australia. And we're looking forward to expanding these kinds of opportunities for our students and our alumni to come in and mix with each other and network and learn from each other and make all those nice connections. So I'm really glad that you're here. I'm glad that you're curious about us. We really welcome your questions, how we can help you with your application. Chris is an expert at this. Tara also is great with supporting how to put your application together so that then you can come in, enroll, and be in a class with me. And I look forward to that. Thank you so much.
Brilliant. Thank you, Mary. So insightful. Well, that's kind of wrapping it up from our end. It would be fantastic to take some questions from our audience now.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Tara. Thank you, Mary, for the insightful presentation. Of course, we have a couple of questions. I see that a reply has been offered, but for anyone's information, I will still read the question aloud. A student asked if they can join the bachelor's and how to apply. So maybe we can offer some insight on that.
Yeah, so we do have two different routes for applications across our UK university partners. The first kind of port of call really is to contact an enrolment advisor. So anybody that after this webinar is interested in receiving some more details about any of the courses that we have and then potentially enrolling onto one of our programs can get in touch with myself and I can then go through obviously the enrollment process for that and what happens. So just to give a quick overview, for our UEL courses, people can apply directly through the Ducere.education website. Of course, we would advise that everybody speak to an enrollment advisor before applying, just so we can talk about everything that is required for a successful application. But then also through the University of Wales, we have an application portal with the university itself.
And also to add to that, for our students, if they do want to apply, we do take students on management experience and not just educational background. So it is really worth speaking to our EAs so that they can help you and guide you, which is the best course for you.
Yeah, it's one of the sort of most important parts of that conversation is gauging kind of what type of experience our prospective students have to fit them to the correct course. You know, we really do, try and advise our students as to what's going to be best for their career.
Thank you, Tara. Thank you, Chris. So another participant is asking, what are the fee criteria and the fee submission methodology? I think they are referring to the payment method.
So again, they're all different for different courses. For UEL, the price will differ and the payment plans will differ to UW. So it is really important to speak to the enrolment advisors so they again can discuss the difference in fees and the different payment options.
Thank you, Tara. So earlier you showed us the canvas of the course. I was wondering, as someone is asking, if you can maybe elaborate more on the contents of the MBA program. or perhaps talk about the single units of the program?
Yes, of course. So for UEL, for instance, we will have 5 modules to start with, and they are 7 weeks long. And then you'll have an industry project at the end, which lasts 14 weeks. Your industry projects are a group project. Apologies, I'm working from home, so we've got another visitor in the background.
No worries.
So that will, and they're a group project at the end, which is an industry project. For UWTSD, which is the Online MBA, which is for 2 years, your first part of the course will run for 6 modules, and they will be 7 weeks long again. And then you'll go on to your case study, which will last 12 months. The exciting thing about a case study is that you can bring your own industry project and write about whatever you want to write about, whereas UEL, you will be given a project. That's the difference.
Thank you very much, Sarah. Another participant is asking if you can maybe share. We lost her. We lost Sarah.
I'm sure she'll be back in a second.
Yeah, for sure. So if maybe Chris or Mary can offer some insight on how to get a successful application, actually. So what are the criteria for admission?
Yeah, so our application process is relatively straightforward compared to other universities. So we would require a personal statement to be written by an applicant, outlining their motivations for study, why they have chosen that particular course. Maybe there's a particular module that they see would be very beneficial to their own personal and professional development. We would typically look for around 1 to 2 pages in terms of length from a personal statement. But that probably is the most taxing part of the application. We don't have an interview process. We would just then require some supporting documents like professional references, a CV, and any previous transcripts of previous qualifications that you have. But for anyone that's interested in applying for any of our courses, we can provide a guide for how to write an effective personal statement as well. And this is a key part to what we do as enrollment advisors to make sure that our prospective students are successful in their applications.
Thank you very much, Grace. I'm sure that will be of help for anyone wishing to apply. Participant is asking, how long does the program last? We spoke about the fact that there are no exams, but if you can maybe elaborate more on how much the duration of the program is.
Yeah, of course. So the Online MBA is 2 years, but it can be done in a shorter amount of time. The first year is very regimented. So you've got seven weeks per module, and all your cohort does that at the same time. You'll have one assignment, which could be broken down to two, depending on what it is that you're doing. For example, you could have an analysis to do as well as doing a presentation, but it's all tied together as one assignment. So you'll have that for the first part, and then the second part is a case study, which takes up to 12 months. But again, you can do it in shorter time. For the UEL program, then you've got 7 weeks again per module, and then 14 weeks for the last industry project.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you very much. So a participant is asking, how does the networking work? If everything is online, is there a way to meet or to engage with classmates? I think Mary has mentioned briefly the fact that you can also have on campus, so please confirm.
Yes, so the way that we have done it is we make an announcement in the various modules that are running. And our hope is to hold at least one every term. So that would mean that every 7 weeks that you would have an opportunity to join. And it's at a time which we're hoping doesn't really conflict with other people's tutorials. As we continue to expand, we'll be working with the faculty to make sure that everyone is announcing it in all of the modules. And we will rotate, the days of the week because I know that people who are in industry projects, if they're working with a partner or if they have a team that they're doing a presentation with, then they often have meetings that are not, that are on a certain evening during the week. So we're going to rotate those and mix it up. And the way that it works is that it's just, it's a Zoom invitation sent out to the different classes, and then you just join, and there's an icebreaker activity, and then we kind of chat about what people would like to speak about. If it is a larger attendance, then we'll actually sort you into smaller breakout rooms, so you have an opportunity to meet each other in a smaller setting. If it's not a super large event, then everyone stays in the room, and then we do kind of round robin things where we all get a chance to speak with each other.
As well as that, sorry, just to add to it, with networking, as coaches, we also do bi-weekly and monthly meetings with our cohorts. It's a little bit more relaxed, and it's just to get to know one another and to make sure that you know where your expertise will be when you get to that final project. So we also do that too.
That's amazing. Thank you, Tara. Participant is asking, as a working woman, are there also practical workshops where you can meet the other students or ambassadors virtually? I think we've just answered that. And she's also asking if she would be able to do the program in her own time.
Absolutely. So although everything is live, we do record everything because we're global. We understand that obviously being in the UK, in the US and in Australia, we're not all on the same time zone. So you can do it in your own time. You're not marked on joining anything live. It's just there for your benefit.
That's amazing. So somebody else asked if there are any practical examples of projects carried out with companies that you can share.
Unfortunately not. I haven't got anything that I can actually share with you because they're live projects. A lot of our industry projects will actually utilize it. So we're just waiting on researchers, and one has just finished. So I haven't got them to share at the moment.
Okay, no problem, Sarah. But maybe you can explain how the partnership with the companies works, so the participants can get some more information on that.
Of course. So for instance, for UEL, for the 14 weeks, we've just worked with a company called MindUp. It's a not-for-profit organisation for Goldie Hawn, and it's to help with mental well-being. So we will be the industry project, so MindUp, will come to us with an idea on how to get more money or more events. And the students will research the company and will come up with ideas. They will present this back to the company itself and the board of directors. I actually believe Goldie Hawn was on there. And then they will utilize that in the business for growth.
Thank you very much, Sarah. Okay, so the participants are concerned. So if they were to lose an assignment, so if they were to miss the due date to an assignment due to an internet issue or due to any other reason, how would that work? So if somebody does not meet the deadlines, then what kind of procedure will take place?
There's quite a few. For instance, we've got what's called ECP forms, which is extenuating circumstance forms. That's something that I help students with on a daily basis. For UW, for one of our project partners, sorry, you've got up to 21 days after the assignment for you to be able to apply for that. So it gives you a really long leeway after the assignment due date to be able to get the ECP form through. What that ECP form basically does is gives you another chance to put your work in and not have a capped mark. You do, however, have 2 chances after the first chance to put your work in, but they will be capped then. So that's what the ECP does.
Thank you very much, Sarah. So somebody asks if scholarships are possible and if Yes, I'm asking what criteria do you maybe have for handing out scholarships?
So we don't offer full scholarships across our programs, but we do have a scholarship fund that reduces the overall cost of the tuition fees, and that will change depending on which course you are actually looking at across there. So the best thing to do to look at kind of the lowest tuition fees that are payable by our prospective students is to get in touch with your enrollment advisor to discuss the different options around payment.
Thank you very much, Chris. So I was wondering, since there are no more questions at the moment, please don't be shy, drop them in the Q&A box. If you can maybe explain a bit more about what are, in your opinion, the main perks and benefits of getting an online degree, so an online MBA or bachelor with the Ducere?
I mean, I think that the sort of biggest selling point for us is the flexibility around what is still a structured program. So a lot of our courses, you know, you can complete in 1 to 2 years and still get, if we're talking about a master's level qualification here, something that if you were to attend a campus-based course, you would have to find space within your work calendar to actually attend the university itself. With us, we're giving you flexible options for study that you can actually balance appropriately with what is your work calendar as well. So the fact that we've got a 12-month MBA program that you can actually get on board without having a bachelor's degree, and you can get on with just your professional experience alone. And then 12 months after that, you've got a master's level qualification, I think is a fantastic selling point of Ducere Business School.
And to add to that, not just wait until the end. I think you also, we're applied. So you can actually apply it as you're doing it. So for instance, if you're doing change and stability management, which is a massive subject at the moment with COVID, you can utilize what you're learning as you're learning it. And then you don't get that anywhere else.
Thank you very much. Oh,
I just
please
want to say,
Mary. Sure.
Yeah, as an academic, and I've taught, you know, in the classroom and then as well online. And so everyone now, after March of 2020 here in the US anyway, is really familiar with online education because everything was online. And I think almost all universities here in the US were all online for all of academic year last year. Unlike my colleagues who have taught on ground and had to just suddenly translate their courses into an online format, Ducere is designed to be delivered online. So we have an extremely cohesive and very robust and very thoughtful program, the way that it is designed, the way that the modules interact with each other, and the way that we ask the students to interact with the material. It's not something that was just put together just overnight because of a response to the global pandemic. We designed our education to be delivered online in the most effective way possible for our students who are working. So it is very, very practically focused, as Tara has said. We want you to take what you are learning and then be able to apply that to your own setting immediately. As well, tell the academics when you're writing your paper, what have you already experienced? And then now that you've learned this theory in your chapters, how can you see it differently? How do you interpret it differently? So these aren't concept papers or just theory where you're only just giving me back the theory that I have given to you, but you're telling me what you see differently now in your own setting, in your own experiences, applying the theory to how you can interpret what happened or what is happening in your current setting. So that makes it really very different. And those are ways that you can apply, like Tara was saying, what you're learning in the classroom directly to your management in your organization while you're learning it.
Thank you very much, Mary, for this insightful comments. I think participants and students and workers absolutely all over the world can really appreciate what a difference online learning has made in the past couple of years. But I think it has always made a difference, especially for busy professionals. So in the meantime, we've got a couple more questions. Somebody asked if do they need to pass an interview to get their degree, I think.
So there's no interview as part of the application process or indeed as part of the course as well. So hopefully that's the answer that they're looking for.
Yeah, let's hope so. Okay, so somebody is actually thanking us. The meeting was very informative. Thank you so much. And thank you to all team members. Thank you, Cher, for joining us this evening. So if there are any more questions, I would ask Chris or Tara or Mary, maybe you can tell us a bit of the statistics, like how many students and how many countries do you get applications from? So what is the international, identity of applying students?
It does depend on the course, if I'm perfectly honest. For UEL, for instance, the 12-month course, the EMBA, the executive, I'd say about 80% of it is in the US, and then the other part of the world. With the online MBA, it's very much 50-50. We've got the US and then the rest of the world. For BA, it's mostly UK students. So it really does depend on what course that you're applying for. But again, because of our courses, it really doesn't matter where you are in the world. Everybody kind of meets and greets everybody.
Thank you, Tara. We actually just got a couple of great questions. Somebody asked if the MBA is useful if they want to take their startup to a higher level and make it public.
Absolutely, yes, definitely. We've had students do that. So I can say yes.
That's great. Final question. So can I offer these courses to my company so that they can pay for them as a refresher course?
Yes, we would look at that. We have separate enterprise channels so that our courses can be offered to companies that can then obviously extend these programs out to their members of staff. Absolutely.
Thank you very much, Chris. Okay, so since we have no more questions, as maybe a final curiosity, I was wondering whether you can share some statistics on the graduate professional outcomes after pursuing, for example, the online MBA, and maybe speak about what professional roles can participants aspire to after getting an online degree with Ducere.
Yeah, of course. So UEL, the Executive MBA is a new course for ourselves, and we've just had our first graduates go through. We actually had 100% of our students graduate that started with us. For UWTSD, our current retention rates are at 99%.
That sounds amazing. Thank you, Sarah. I think we have no more questions popped in. So I want to remind all participants that after this event, you will get an email with the recording of the webinar for your convenience. You can rewatch it and maybe write down all the information you just heard live. Thank you very much, Sarah, Chris, and Mary. If you want to add anything, please feel free. We still have some time. Maybe anything that you deem relevant for prospective applicants.
So the main thing for us right now is we are obviously at the start of the new academic year, and it's not too late to apply for our University of East London courses. The classes begin on the 1st of November, and we can accept applications all the way up to the 23rd of October. Now, I would advise, if you are interested, please get your application in before the 23rd of October, because that's the final deadline where we would need all complete documentation attached to that. But given that our application process is incredibly straightforward, the most tasking part, as we touched on before, is going to be your personal statement that you have to provide. The rest of it is supporting documentation that actually, where we have, sort of 18 days left until the application deadline, is plenty of time to actually join us on the 1st of November on our programs for the University of East London. After that, you don't have to wait a full academic year. We have intakes in February and also June. So we've always got 3 intakes across the year. Plenty of opportunities to join us.
That's great, Chris. Thank you for this very important information. I'm sure everyone took notes. So we actually have one more question from the chair. They are asking if they can ask live questions. As in Pakistan, they are used to asking questions live. So.
Sorry, I was on mute. Yes, absolutely. Our webinars are live and our Q&A sessions are live, so you can ask questions live to your academics. If you can't make them for any reasons, you're more than welcome to email ahead of time so that your academic can answer those questions live on the webinar.
That's a great opportunity, actually, and I'm sure many participants will appreciate that. I think it's a very nice feature. Thank you all again for joining us tonight. If there are no more questions, and if there are, please do pop them in the Q&A box. We still have some time. I would like to thank once again Mary, Chris, and Sarah for being with us tonight and for speaking to us about the Ducere academic offer. As they mentioned in the beginning, you can either join for an online MBA or their bachelor programs. So wherever you are, for your convenience, you can apply. Intakes are 3 times each year, so you have plenty of chances to enroll. I think this is it. After this webinar, you will get a recording by email, and if you want to request your certificate of attendance by Docsity, please drop us an email at webinar@docsity.com. So thank you all again for joining us tonight, and I wish everyone a nice evening. Thank you for attending this webinar. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And I hope to see you next time for the next Ducere webinar.
Yes,
thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.